What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Another episode of the Always Chillin' Podcast. Skinny D and the Sandman coming at you from the barbershop once again. I got nothing, man, honestly. I had, when I was driving here, I thought of something really, really good, and I was like, I'm going to talk to Damon about this. And then I got here and we did some things, and now I don't remember what it was.
Well, did you watch any of the All-Star?
I saw that the score was like
211.
It was like 104 to 70 at halftime.
Oh, yeah. It ended up like 211 to like
Jesus.
150 or something. And
Is that even fun? I saw the LED court though.
yeah,
The court was kind of
that was cute.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cute. But
That was cool.
First, this is probably the first All-Star weekend that I've watched in probably 4 or 5 years, and it's probably the saddest All-Star weekend in the past 20.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, the All-Star guys didn't play defense in the All-Star game in the 80s and the 90s, but fourth quarter, they get serious. There used to be fucking fights in the All-Star games in the 80s and the 90s, early 2000s even. Like, they took it a little more serious. You're never gonna see 200 points scored in a fucking game.
I saw a video of Kobe talking about it, and he was like, people are watching because they want to see the greatest pickup game in the world.
Yeah. So play it like a pickup game.
Right.
At least.
That's what he said.
I mean, we ain't going all out playing D on the concrete out here,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
he's like, this is the highest level of basketball people will ever see in the world.
and that's just what they say. They say these today's players they're way more skilled, and I'm like, I don't fucking see it.
Well, and the dunk contest sucked too. I watch the dunks usually, but the dunk contest kind of fucking sucked.
I felt like I said this, like, seriously, like, at 48 years old, I'm gonna give you a couple runs. I'm gonna probably give you 5 points, 5 rebounds. Sup? But if it's a dunk contest where we're just running at the basket and we're just jumping, I'm game for that. I got that in me right now. We can go to a hoop right now. So I can give you.
You can dunk right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't doubt it.
Yeah. I never. Like,
how often you do it? You think? Like, when was the last time you did it?
A week ago. Now I gotta get in shape. You know what I mean? I ain't been on my bike, you know what I mean, as consistently as I usually am. I ain't been doing a whole lot of body work. If you let me get in shape and I ain't gotta play a game and we're just dunking, I felt like I could have competed in this.
Cause you do the through the leg stuff and everything?
Nah.
No?
See, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Back in.
Well, that's insane.
Yeah, you're
to be
strong
able to
as
even
fuck.
do that. Yeah.
You got hop. I ain't taking it from nobody. But in my day, when you were going up for a dunk, it was all about the flight.
Yeah.
The hang. You wanted to look pretty in the air, because Mike, like I said, homeboy flew. Like, I don't know if you put it on a stopwatch, how 0.25 seconds, whatever, but oh boy was flying, and I ain't seen nobody play above the rim, and that was just the game in my day. It was above the rim, break down the defense, get by him, and go up. Where now everybody's settling for a jump shot. In my day, if you just sat out on the 3-point line, or even a foot inside the 3-point line, like, you couldn't play. That's what we would say to you. Oh, you whack, man. You can't play. You just sitting out there waiting for jumpers and shit. Like, sharpen your iron is to break a motherfucker down with 2-3 dribbles going forward.
Yeah.
Not sitting there with your dribble looking cute, but dribbling, going forward, making those moves. And these dudes ain't doing that.
Well, if I had to play a basketball game right now, that's what I would be doing. I'd be on the wing. Hopefully I don't have to dribble.
Well, that's the game today.
And I'm not gonna hit the three probably, but I'm less of a liability if I just stay out there.
And I told my wife this, and she kind of looked at me crazy, like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, man, I broke down the jump shot, I think, when I was 13, 14 years old. And not to take anything away from Steph, because he's probably in the gym right now while we talking. Probably most of the great or good NBA shooters are probably in the gym right now.
I saw him make one from the tunnel.
Yeah. How did I say it? I be high in the motherfucker saying shit, dog. Oh, yeah. To shoot from a distance, and maybe it's just for me. Maybe somebody can agree. Maybe if you disagree, let me know. But to shoot from a distance, the court I used to shoot at had these 2 guide wires that went across it perfectly above the court. This is my outside court, my neighborhood court.
Mm.
So I was like, fuck it. I'll just start shooting through the wires. You know, it was a triangle here, triangle here, triangle here. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's like,
The buckets were lined up. It was perfect.
yeah, that's like,
So I'm shooting through
that's
the
like
wires.
some high tech shit now.
Right. I'm shooting through the wires, and I'll go over here to this section, and I'll shoot out of that section, and then I'll go to the mid section, which was would be what they call a mid range jumper,
Mhm.
and I shot like that, not knowing I'm putting this crazy arch on my jump shot, and I'm jumping. I'm putting this arch on my jump shot. So I'm like, okay, I got the arch down. Now it's all about aim.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, not like I said, not to take anything away from Steph, but if you get your arch right, you got the right jump shot, you got the right form, you'll get that shot off. You'll hit it probably 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the free throw line, which is considered the mid-range jumper, to pull up a jump shot from there, that's where it's going. You're going to have to get that right. That's where the touch is much more required than from distance.
That's crazy, man. You were getting like pro level training all on
No,
your
that
own,
was that was me.
just from like wires.
Yeah, that was all me. And I had a kid in the shop the other day.
That's
You know,
awesome.
he wasn't getting along with his trainer, and I'm like, "How old are you, kid?" You know, he's a freshman. I'm like, "Okay, all right. I guess that's." We didn't have no fucking trainers.
Trainer.
It was sitting down watching college ball, which I was a bigger fan of college basketball than I really was the NBA. I kind of still am. But it was sitting down watching those games, going to the high school games, going to the camps and shit, and you seeing, you know, other dudes. Then you got your imagination, and you go to the gym, and you might even be in that motherfucker by yourself. But you learn to throw the ball off the wall to give yourself a great pass. High. You want a high pass, it'll come low. Throw a low pass, it'll come high. If you just want to get wicked with it, just throw it, just throw it randomly off the wall. Set yourself up. Ball's coming back. You know it is. 5, 4, 3. You know, you put yourself in those scenarios.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we didn't work with no trainers, and a lot of guys that I grew up with, you know, went on to, you know, high levels, just working with themselves. We didn't have no fucking trainers. I don't know, not to knock them dudes. Get your bread. You know what I mean? Especially if you played on a high level and you feel like you have something to offer the kids, but like teach them right. Do the right things. Teach them. You know, teach them that if you can't get to the basket in 2 dribbles, then your game is kind of, you know, your game ain't up to par. I mean, all that old dribbling and fancily dribbling, you know, in one spot, you got to be moving forward. I just, you know, wish the trainers would teach the kids a whole lot better than this is a low quality of basketball, and it's been taught on the high school level. The dunk competition, what was the dude, Matt McClung?
Yeah.
He's not on an NBA team. I thought that was odd. But that's the mediocrity of the dunk competition now. I don't even know if he's in the G League. Is he in the G League, Matt
I don't know.
McClung?
I'm looking him up right now.
He had a weird looking jersey on. I think it
Yeah.
was Orlando's.
Yeah, I've been seeing
G League
he's been
team.
getting a lot of shit on Instagram and stuff about not being in the NBA, but being in the dunk contest all the time.
Can he play? I don't know if I've only seen him in dunk highlights.
He's in the G League, the Osceola Magic.
What's his PPG?
Let's see.
I guess I can look at that both ways.
Well,
I mean,
in the NBA, he played for Philadelphia in 2022 in the 2022 season. So
yeah.
and he had 12 points a game, which isn't horrible. Before that, he played for the Lakers for a season, and he had 6 points a game. And before that, he played for Chicago for a season, and he had 2 points.
So he's been around. 12 points a game. That was just that one season.
Yeah.
No, that's the shit.
And then
It's hard to get a deuce in the NBA.
at college, His first year at Georgetown, he had 13 points a game.
Played for Georgetown in college?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Second year at Georgetown, he had 15 points a game.
White boy played for Georgetown?
And then his third year, he played at Texas Tech, and he had 15 points.
Oh,
a game.
okay. So okay, he didn't.
Shit ain't horrible, man.
Oh, yeah. I feel like
during his birth, his umbilical cord was tightly wrapped around his neck.
That's what happened. That's what he got them high.
His father said he was blue as a Smurf.
That's what happened.
In case you wanted to know that. His parents met at Virginia Tech. His dad played football and his mom was a cheerleader.
Okay, so he's a little freak.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like women having designer babies and shit now.
His dad served as his trainer for much of his youth. Did your dad help you out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. May he rest in
reminds
peace.
me of that. Yeah, for real.
My dad was college All-American. I never beat him.
Nice.
1-on-1, I never beat him. Speaking of dunking, my first in-game dunk, I think I was in either 8th grade or 9th grade. It was during a summer camp. Yeah, 8th or 9th. I think I was getting out of the 8th grade, going to be a freshman, and I was playing summer league. So, I'm cocking my feathers out and shit. You know what I'm saying? I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I'm cocking my feathers out. You know what I mean? Once you get up that first time, it's so easy after that. It's all about your timing. You know what I mean? Knowing where to jump, knowing how strong you are and what you're ready for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my dad, we're out at Air Park. I think this gym's still up. It was an old airplane hangar. Like the wind blew too hard, you could hear this motherfucker, whole building and shit, right? So I'm me and my dad are on opposite teams, which was odd already because usually, we usually play on the same team, but we on different teams. And he's like, "I'll take my son." I'm like, "Fuck." Because my dad's defense was like, man, he used to frustrate me. Like, man, that's another reason my jump shot got so good because I couldn't get by him.
He's definitely gonna take you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I got my son. God damn it, you know what I mean? But shit, he had friends in the gym too. Like, go guard your homie. You know what I'm saying? Why you fucking with me? But anyway, I get the break. The homie Mike Kelly gets the rebound, and I'm on the break, man, and I'm coming down, and my dad's under the basket. Oh yeah, you motherfucker. Yeah. I go up, dog. I don't know how many flips. All I remember is just the lights and shit, just. And I remember waking up on the couch at home. And my mom must have came home from work or something, and I'm slouched over on the couch and shit. My mom looks at me, and I must look fucked up. My mom was like, "What the fuck did you do to my baby?" To my dad and shit. I'm the only boy, so she's like, "What the fuck you do to my baby?" My eyes split and shit. I don't even know it. He must have propped me up and propped my arm up on my eye with a bandage and shit and just let me fucking leak and shit. And he's sitting there drinking a Coca-Cola. My mom had to take me to the hospital, man. I think I was probably concussed, man, but he wasn't letting me dunk on him. He was not gonna let me dunk on him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my dad was a motherfucker on the court, man. You see the wall right there, man. Yeah. College All-American, Nebraska High School Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, man. That's when they're some of his old homies and people, they realize that was my dad and shit, man. It's all this about. He actually was a two-sport athlete.
Was he playing football?
Mm-hmm.
What are you playing football?
Running back.
Yeah, I was gonna guess running back.
Yeah, he was a bad motherfucker, man. I never beat him 1-on-1. He wasn't that kind of dad. Like, there was no sprinklers are for winners. You know what I'm saying? He was hardcore on the court, but when I went to go play my peers, it made it so much easier for me, man. Got to the point, by the time I was 8th, 9th grade, my summer league coach was coming and getting me from my house, taking me to our local recreation center on Saturday mornings. And, I would help take care of the gym, sweep the floor, mop the floor, put the fans on the floor and shit, glaze it and all that shit. They had their open run, but then he would close the gym, and we would get in the bus, and we would go. Back then, it was out to Air Park to the prison work release center. and we would get inmates, like all the inmates that were in community corrections that had like some basketball history. You know, like I'm talking dudes 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", 6'8", 6'9", where, you know, they may have played high school at a high level or some low level or even high level college ball. And now they got the privilege to come out into the community and go to a gym and hoop. Mm-hmm. So we would drive out there to Air Park. We would go pick up sometimes 7, 8, 9, 10 of those guys, right? And then we would go back to the gym.
That's cool, man.
And
that's
then
real cool.
The some current Husker players, ex-Husker players, guys that Tom Crop. I got to meet Tom Crop, and I'll tell you who he was in a second. But this was a closed run. I'm in 9th grade. I'm the youngest motherfucker in here, but I'm running with these dudes because, you know, I was summer league. You know, I was 30, 40, 50 points against other 8th and 9th graders, and it just wasn't fair. So Ted came and got me and had me balling with these motherfuckers. But the ironic thing was, and I really hadn't been in trouble yet, but they wouldn't let me play with the Huskers dudes. You know, they already had their squads, of course, you know, and their shit was stacked. So I had to play with the convicts. And years later, you know, I ended up fucking convict. But yeah, them convicts love me, man. I was running the point with them motherfuckers, man. Tom Crop. I'll tell the story like this first. Like I said, Ted used to come get me, so I'm usually in the gym first with Ted. And I see this old white man, right? And he's about 6'4", 6'5", about 220, 225. I'm seeing he got a build on him, but I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, run cross country or something? He big than a motherfucker to run cross country. I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying, verbatim. I remember what I was saying. Like, he big than a motherfucker to be running cross country and shit. What he doing in this gym? You know what I'm saying? And I see this tobacco, you know, a little can of tobacco sitting on the table. So I see that shit. I'm like, who the fuck got tobacco with the gym? You know, I'm a little punk. You know what I mean? I'm talking shit, right? So he picks up the ball and, you know, he's clang, clang. So I'm like, who the fuck is this old white dude over here building bricks and shit on the court and shit, right? now I'm not knowing that he's like kind of hearing me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So long story short, all the guys are in the gym now, right? So we warming up, getting ready to hoop. I don't get picked. So I got a ref. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm reffing the current Husker players, ex-players, and gets the convicts. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right. So I see this old white dude go over to the tobacco can and pop, you know what I mean? Put some in his lip, grab the ball, man, and dude didn't miss for like the next 3 hours that we had the gym. So Ted was like, hey, come here. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, let me tell you who that is. I was like, who the fuck is he? Man, that's Tom Crop, man, out of Kearney. I think he played for the Bulls and the Steelers. He was a bad motherfucker, and he was an old man then.
Played for the first he was on the Washington Bullets.
Yeah, the Bullets.
He's that old.
Okay, the Bullets, not the Bulls. Okay.
And then it was the Chicago Bulls while he was there. He was there for like the
he got traded
or something. Yeah.
I didn't know.
So before he was the Washington Bullets, and then Chicago Bulls, and then that's it. Career high was against the Milwaukee Bucks, October 30th, 1976. He scored 18 points.
Yeah, he's a bad motherfucker, man. I got served that day, homie.
Yes, you did.
By the old white man.
Yeah, and he played for the Steelers, too.
Yeah, he played for the Steelers, yeah.
What a fucking
out of Kearney,
dude.
bro.
What a G.
Yeah.
I never heard of this dude.
Back then, it was Kearney
He doesn't
State.
even have a picture.
He was a handsome-looking dude. He wasn't a bad-looking motherfucker.
Picture of him old.
That's him right there. Oh, Pat Riley-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, that's like my dad with darts. You know, my dad threw darts, so I started throwing darts too. And he was like debatably the best player in the state, maybe a couple states, depending on who you were talking to. And he might not think that, but he didn't hear people talking about him. You know, like people would. It was so weird because I was a kid and I was at bars all the time because they throw darts at the bar, you know. And I would hear people like they would make the tournament brackets and stuff, and like I would hear people when they drew him, they'd be like, "Oh, you're playing Luke." They'd be like, "Fuck," They'd be like, "I might as well quit now." Like people really thought they had no chance of beating this dude.
Damn.
Yeah, like he would go to Kansas City and do like regional tournaments and do really good. I don't know if he took first at one of those ever, but he would go to Vegas and do tournaments in Vegas. We would they had adult and youth doubles in the state games, dude, and we would fucking me and him.
You
first
and your
place
pops?
yeah, every year.
Y'all won money
got
for
all
it?
the pictures and shit. No, you don't
Just
win
a
money,
trophy.
but we got little trophies. And then I would do the youth ones and win, and he would do the adult ones and win. So when we would practice at home, I'm practicing against the best player within 200 miles of this place, and he's my practice buddy. So I'm sitting there, and I'd beat him. I'd take one off him every once in a while if he was playing like shit, But yeah, and then when I was playing in the junior, because there was the adult league obviously, and then there was a junior dart league, and I would play in the junior dart league, and I was mopping the floor.
Did you guys have the setup at home too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
so
he had like the
it-
whole bar one, like it was
the
legit.
real shit.
Yeah, it was legit practice. Like I'm practicing on the boards that I'm probably going to be playing on. It was some good shit.
And he was pro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah, pro.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
So you too then?
I mean, kind of. Not really. I mean, no. But,
That's some rare shit, bro.
but yeah, I got good, man. And
Some rare shit.
I would go to junior leagues, and the lady that ran the junior leagues would every once in a while she'd have to tell me to like
Take it
like,
easy on these motherfuckers.
yeah, because it'd be people's first week, and I'm like, I'm like dropping bombs on them. I'm not taking it easy on anybody.
Yeah, I definitely respect darts.
Yeah, I'm just.
My
And I-
dad used to hold those tournaments in his bars, man. Like
Yeah.
2 fights at least.
I made a dude cry. A grown man made a grown man cry at darts.
There's
one
gonna be
time.
fights. Like they fighting over darts. Yeah.
a dude cried because sometimes, like I'd go to these tournaments with my dad, and then it would be an adults tournament, and somebody wouldn't show up, so they'd be like, "Oh, we need somebody to fill in." And it's like, "Oh, my son's here. He's pretty good." And I'm a kid, and I'm playing in these adult tournaments, and I'm beating motherfuckers.
What they gonna say?
Yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
like
what they
I'm
gonna say? It's kid. He's a kid.
like I'm beating motherfuckers, dude. Like so, me and my dad play this dude and his partner, and we whoop him, and this dude's crying about it because he lost. I guess,
Damn.
to a youngin at darts, man.
In the state?
In the state for sure. Like it's like he was the best player
That's pretty
for a
big
pretty for a pretty long time
Yeah,
too. And then one time at the state games, I got the yips.
deal. I was gonna ask you, did y'all do the state games too?
Yeah, but at the state games one time I got the yips, man. Like I was about to throw and like I couldn't, like I just couldn't do it. I was like, what the fuck? And then I didn't play darts for a long time. Yeah, because every time I tried to play darts, I just fucking couldn't even do it. It was like it's just a mental thing, dude. Because there's just like so much pressure, and
Just
it's like
anything. Yeah.
well, and like in darts, it's like, you need 57 points to win or whatever. So you're like the pressure to like I have one dart and I need to hit this, and the thing you're trying to hit is like fucking this big. So it's like the pressure is just like, and it's like me hitting this or not might be the difference between my dad winning the state games or not, like, or winning this money tournament or whatever. Like I might be fucking this up for somebody right now.
Yeah,
And
that's
then-
pressure.
And then like once you get really good too, and people are like expecting it of you, so like in the youth tournaments and stuff, people like didn't really want to play me either.
What's the crowd? Like, is it a-
I mean, it's
is
just
it a-
it's
is
just
it
everybody that's
Like,
playing.
yeah. Or just-
No, I mean everybody that's playing darts is just kind of watching.
Okay.
There's not like if you do something real sick, somebody might high five you or something, but it's not like crazy. There's not like a crowd really. It's just, I mean, at the state games, everybody's like families and stuff are there usually. So and sometimes it wa-
ESPN has pickleball.
and I did
I'm
like
sure they have darts.
like I did. Oh, they do. Darts is it's huge in Europe. In Europe, they have huge crowds like football games, like about darts. But the state games wasn't like that, obviously. And I did like beating motherfuckers in front of their parents and stuff. I really did like that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was like sometimes the parents would get fucking pissed. Like I'm dropping, like I'm beating these motherfuckers by 300 points, and their parents are getting mad. Man, I'm like I don't want. I'm not gonna explain all the rules of cricket, but I'm playing cricket in such a way where
So cricket is a dart game too.
yeah, one of the dart games is called.
Okay.
cricket.
See,
Yeah, it's
don't ask me why
so
I was
from the
arguing about
numbers
darts.
from the numbers 20 to 15. You have to hit each one 3 times.
And there's the gang. There's a lot of different fucking games of darts, right?
Yeah, but in dart leagues in the state games, you pretty much only play like 501, which you start with like 501 points, and then you go down. So like the numbers you hit, you just subtract them until you get 0, and the first person that hits 0 wins.
Damn, that's a lot of throwing.
Yeah, I mean, not if you're really good, it only takes like 9 darts to do it. Like my dad's throwing 9 darts, 501 points, blam.
What? Oh yeah, that's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
What's the highest was on the board? 60? What is it?
60, yeah, triple 20. 60.
Oh fuck, and he doing that at 9 darts?
Maybe
He
it's not
never
9.
played for no money.
Maybe it's not 9. Maybe I'm lit. Oh yeah, it is 9.
I'd have took that show.
Yeah, it's 9. Yeah, it's a 9 dart out. So it's Oh, and he started practicing. This gave me a fucking like an edge too. He started practicing on like cork boards, which are way smaller.
Yeah, the old school shits.
Yeah, they're way smaller. So if you're nailing 3 bullseyes on a cork board, the electronic boards are easy. Like
bigger.
I can still line up on an electronic board and probably give you a fucking hat trick after a few tries.
Yeah, repetition. Yeah, repetition.
Um,
Repetition it'll
yeah,
definitely keep you in the game.
9 dart out. So it's a triple 20 7 times in a row, and then a triple 19, and then a double 24. That's 501 points.
That's
so.
good.
And I mean, my dad's not doing it like every time, like some of these pro motherfuckers are, but he'll do it every once in a while. He'll pull out a 9 dart out, and the dude he's playing is just like, what? But I mean, the guys he was playing were pretty good too. Like there were other players that were probably just like he was
to that level.
Like he's like neck and neck with people, but he was, I don't know. I feel like he was ahead of the pack a lot.
Yeah, I never.
Yeah, I got the yips.
I was just whack at it.
Got the yips.
Like I would play, I would try and shit.
I
was just whack at it.
This takes practice. My dad would sit there for. He doesn't even play anymore because I think his elbow hurts too bad. But
damn,
like he would sit there for hours. I would just hear him hitting the wall. And then I'd come in and I'd be like, oh, I'll play with you for a little bit, and I'd play a few games with him. And then
how many darts total do you get?
I'd walk out 3. 3 per round. But yeah, so he'd be throwing for a while. I'd walk in like, hey, I'll play with you for a little bit. I'd play with him for like half hour, 45 minutes. I'd leave and still.
Be still. Yeah, you're not beating that.
My mom's like, go to sleep. Like they had the dartboard. For a while, the dartboard was just in my parents' room. So my mom would be in bed like watching TV or whatever, and he's in there.
In the room, not in the garage.
Yeah, now it's in the basement. Or no, it's not in the basement anymore. Now that they redid it, now it's in a different room.
In the house.
Yeah, but for a while it was in the basement.
In the room, in the bedroom.
Yeah, he had it in the bedroom.
Hell yeah.
Because there was nowhere else to put it. The basement. He couldn't put it in the basement, and we lived there. So like one of the rooms was me and my brother's room, and then the other room was my sister's room. So he had nowhere to put it, man. So he just in the bedroom.
This is my mistress.
Fucking, I'd sit there and throw darts with him. But yeah, he got me good at darts, dude. Because iron sharpens iron, man.
It does. It most definitely does. I would say that's why my jumper got so motherfucking sweet. I couldn't get by my pop. She wasn't gonna let me buy him.
That's crazy. He never knocked me out playing darts, but
that wasn't even the first time that he did that to me, though. My dad, man, that was probably the worst. But it's not the first time he's ever like beat me up on the basketball court.
You should have known.
And it was never personal, you know what I mean? It was basketball. We knew to leave that shit in between the lines. But yeah, my dad used to fuck me up on the basketball court, man, just for no reason and shit. Like just you go up for your jumper and he would do like tricky shit with his hands and you come down and and my dad was like 220, 225. He was a thick motherfucker and your bread basket will come down on his fucking hand and just knock all the fucking air.
Knew all the tricks too,
Yeah, man. Sprained my ankle. One man, he had me. Yeah, he used to fuck me up out on the basketball court, man. We had this long hallway growing up in our house, and we had these stairs that, as you went down the stairs, they would curve.
Okay.
So it was like an abnormally wide hallway for the stairs, so they could do this. This house we used to live in was so dope. But anyway, me and my dad, we called it the gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
And me and him would share the same bathroom, which happened to be upstairs where my room was, and my mom and my sisters would share the other bathroom. So usually a lot of the times in the morning I wouldn't hear him, but most of the times I did. And if we ever met in the hallway where I was at the top or he is at the bottom, or if I was at the bottom and he was at the top, like, you got to come through. You gotta come through, right? And he used to call it hammer time.
Hammer
You know, and sometimes I get
welcome
him,
to
but
the
fuck out,
Thunderdome.
one good one, man. You farting on yourself and shit. You gotta go take a shit, you know. Blah, that one good gut shot. I could probably take a 20-pound fucking candy to my stomach still to this day from that shit, bro. The gauntlet, man. You gotta come through. You can't turn around. You gotta come through.
That's fucking funny, dude.
But I would get his ass too sometimes.
That's awesome.
That shit was so fun.
I read speaking of existential crises, I read an article today about what NASA would do if there was an asteroid about to hit the Earth, and how they would notify everybody and stuff. And it actually made me feel a lot better, because they've I guess I didn't know that they did this, but they've already shot like a spaceship up there and knocked an asteroid off its course.
Was that like last year
just
or
to
something?
see if it worked? Yeah, like a couple years ago.
Couple years.
So I'm actually not that worried about it. But basically, there's people who are just 24/7 looking for asteroids. What made me kind of nervous is we know how many asteroids there are somehow, and we know how many that we are tracking, so that we also know how many like we don't know where they're at, you know? So there's something like 14,000 asteroids that we're aware of, but we don't know where they are, which is a lot.
It's a lot.
But I guess there's people like,
especially depending on what size they are.
there's people like around the clock looking. And as long as they catch it at least 5 years out, they'll just shoot one of those rocket things at it, and it's all good. They're not even worried about it, I
Some
guess.
real life Armageddon shit.
Yeah,
huh?
it's fucking crazy.
Well, like I said, I've been doing a lot of knowledge seeking. Some of it I share, a lot of it I don't.
Sure.
So like I just told my wife this morning, it's just I come from the generation where sometimes just knowing is power. And I feel like I want to get back to that. Just knowing is power. And watching Billy Carson, Dr. Stephen Greer, and a couple other people that I for the past probably 3, 4, 5, 6 months I've been diving into this. And like I said last week, it's kind of changing my mind about space.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on to the asteroid things. There's a lot of shit out there, from what they call space garbage to this space has already been armed by the United States. I think they call it the rod of God. Yeah, look that up. The rod of God.
Kind of worried what'll come up if I.
And I can't remember this guy's name, but he said, "How do you think?"
Kinetic bombardment.
Yeah, how do you think America gets everybody to fall in line with what they want? This rod of God. Don't know how long it's been up there, but yeah, the space has already been armed. I think when Donald Trump talked about Space Force, like another branch of our military, it's already established. I don't know if they're operating, but yeah, they're already putting that together. That's already been put together.
I don't think they're up there yet.
Not yet. I don't think they're
they're
up there, but let's say training.
Well, I think it's kind of like a fuck around and find out thing, because they're like, I think they're putting it out there like, we could do this if we want to.
Because we bad as motherfucker.
Yeah.
We got the shit.
Yeah, I don't think it's up there yet, but they're like, we could do this.
Well, there's also I've seen it before, but I must have skipped over it. There's the Black Knight satellite. You hip to that one? Apparently they discovered this thing in 1950.
Yeah, they don't know what it is or where it came from.
At the time in the 50s, Russia and America, we were the two biggest powers. There's the irony in that, but apparently this thing weighs 15 tons, and at that time, America or Russia couldn't launch anything that weighed that much, and it's just chilling. It's not a rock. And I'm like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They've sent missions around it.
They say it's a rock, like a little meteor.
Billy Carson begs to differ.
Is what they say.
That's what they say. And that's just what I'm talking about. Like, I want to go beyond the fucking sun, the moon, and Pluto and all that shit. Fuck all that shit. Let's talk about the other shit that's out there that y'all know about.
Let's see. So it's a conspiracy theory, I guess.
That's what they say. But like I said, conspiracies have legs.
Right.
You just got to find the rest of the body.
This is just what they say. Take it for what you will. Claims that a spacecraft of extraterrestrial. I mean, it does look weird. It doesn't really look like a rock to me.
That's not a form of a rock, a random rock.
Claims a spacecraft of extraterrestrial origin is in near polar orbit of the Earth, and that NASA is covering it up. Fucking NASA. Conspiracy theory combines several unrelated stories into one narrative. Okay, so this article's coming from a place where this ain't true, but you can take it however you want. I'm just reading an article. Some people think it's an artificial satellite of extraterrestrial orbit of origin that has orbited Earth for approximately 13,000 years. That's what some people think. The satellite story is most likely a conflation of several disconnected stories about various objects. Whatever that means. Yeah, so people think it's like an alien thing. Even.
Okay. I mean, of course, it's going to be alien, and that's just a word.
Yeah.
It's not a,
just means not
race
from,
or
yeah,
you know what I mean, a being. It's
here.
just a word. Like, we don't know what it is. My opinion, maybe it is. Maybe it's the bad alien saying, "Hey, fuck with me if you fuck with me, touch me, come close."
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like I said, I don't think aliens are violent. Otherwise, they would have decimated. They would have been. This thing would have been nothing.
We'd have
been nothing.
We're way more violent
time
than
ago.
they are, probably.
Long time ago. Long time ago. Mars. I was drinking my coffee this morning. Watching. Damn man, I knew I forget these dudes. I was feeling good, but anyway, Mars was a moon at first. It was a habitable moon. So, long story short, we fucking came from Mars. There was a nuclear war on Mars, and we had to jump over here. And now
and then there's gonna be a nuclear war here,
and we got to jump back.
Got to jump over to Mars.
He said, the dark side of Mars is charred, like you can see where there was an explosion. And then the other side, there's a material called Tiamat, which is only produced after a nuclear weapon has been used. There's formations on Mars that I'm like, well, what about these fucking rovers, man? Is that bullshit or what? Because this dude, he said he had over 150,000 anomalies on Mars alone.
Where is he getting his pictures from?
This dude, Dr. Stephen Greer, man. I'll send
I know,
you.
But how's he taking them? Like
I can't even explain to you.
I don't know, like he doesn't even have a rover. Like how does he know?
You just got to look up Dr. Stephen Greer. I don't even know what to call this dude.
Let's see.
Scientist. I don't even think scientist is enough.
He's called a ufologist on here.
Okay.
What the fuck was I even looking? What was I looking him up for?
Dr. Stephen Greer, to see what his title is. What is he?
See how he knows
Neil
about
deGrasse
Mars.
Tyson is an astrologer.
Yeah, well, he calls himself a ufologist.
Okay, that's what he calls himself.
He's also a physician. So
okay,
he's not like a stupid, insane person.
No.
It's a doc. Like,
so listening to this dude has videos and pictures of meetings with aliens in the New Mexico desert on his phone. Like I always knew, like after Germany fell and shit, I always thought it was like the number was like 13 German scientists ended up in America, and that's how we got a lot of our technology and our engineering. Yeah, it was over 13,000.
Shit.
Yeah, so he said in a crazy kind of way, America became the Fourth Reich. I mean, these Germans came over here and became presidents, governors, senators, cops, lawyers, scientists, teachers. After, trying to kill Americans with Hitler, they all ended up in positions of power over here.
It's crazy. I can't find the pictures
of Dr. Stephen Greer.
I can find pictures of him. I'm trying to find pictures of him like meeting UFOs and shit, or meeting aliens.
You would have to look that up on YouTube.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Shows 3 alien photos. Damn, this is 2 hours.
Yeah, bro.
Let me scrub through here.
He said the reason he's not dead is because he's not making money off of it. It has to be for educational purposes. But if something happens to him, he has a dead man switch.
Okay, here we go.
If he ends up dead.
What the? Okay. I mean, that is pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, man.
It's a weird picture. Weird if true. I've seen these little like mummified alien things.
That's fake, he said.
Yeah, it looks fake.
He's giving you the real shit. He said he'll tell you
he'll
there's man-made UFOs and there's real
fake,
ones.
Yeah, this is crazy.
The man-made UFOs are called Hanabus. Hanabu. And I'm probably saying it wrong, but they're called Hanabus. And that's how they're saying that's how Hitler escaped. He had the fourth Hanabu, and that's how he got down to Argentina.
Yeah, I can't tell what this is even a picture of. What's this one?
Damn, I didn't see that one.
I don't even know what this is. Whatever.
I thought I saw them all.
The other ones were weird. This one just looks like his phone took a picture inside of his pocket or something. But yeah, crazy if true, man. I don't know. It could be. I mean, for all I know, that's just as true as anything else.
I mean, all the way to the Bible. They even talk about it in the Bible, where Noah disappeared too. I don't know if we touched on that last week.
Probably. I think we've talked about it before.
Yeah, where he was taken by beings through outer space. And he described what Earth looked like. Said it was a big blue glowing sphere. And then was brought back by these people who were half human, half alien. And he was chosen because he looked different than all his brothers and sisters. So I'm like, damn, I gotta change my mind about space. Like if you believe in God and not you know these man-made religions, like if you're a true believer, like you gotta change your mind about it.
Man,
and I like being able to have my mind changed.
I can't read any of these. They're all fucking YouTube videos. See, the story of Noah's Ark and the global flood, as told in the Book of Enoch, in various cultures and religions, may have connections.
Enoch, I'm getting it wrong. Enoch was taken.
Oh, okay.
That's why he disappeared from the Bible. I got it wrong. I'm wrong. Enoch was taken.
Okay. May have connections to advanced technology, forbidden knowledge, and potential alien involvement, suggesting a deeper and more mysterious origin than previously thought. So here's the stuff that happens in the Book of Enoch and stuff.
Which is not in the Bible.
Quick summary. The floodgates of heaven burst forth and water rushed over the earth, destroying everything, a powerful image of destruction and rebirth. Book of Enoch describes heaven as a physical place that people can go to. Walls are covered in gems. There's godlike beings. Not one.
Gods.
Beings.
Lower. He kept saying lowercase g.
Lowercase g.
Then there's God with.
All right, so walls covered in gems. Looks like a spaceship, I guess. God needs Enoch to deliver a message to God's angels on earth, and is bad news. I don't know what the message is. The Watchers
to destroy him. He was.
Because the flood is going to happen. I see. The Watchers. I don't know. I guess the alien things. The Watchers became lustful and started taking
angels.
Yeah, Watchers became lustful and started taking human women as wives, leading to a disastrous outcome. Oh, so it was the angels that were doing it. So they were fornicating with humans, and
which was forbidden.
Yeah, God didn't want them to do that. The intention of the flood was not to destroy all humans, but to target fallen angels and the human hybrid offspring, the Nephilim.
Because they were getting too smart.
Okay. The evidence of the Ark's discovery raises questions about the truth of the Bible and the existence of angels and a vengeful God. The search for Noah's Ark and aliens in the Book of Enoch sparks controversial
So was it really an ark? Was it a
like
fucking spaceship?
I feel like this is like an AI article.
Yeah. See, that's what. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like a summary of what happens. Here's like why that's weird and interesting. So the knowledge that is in the Book of Enoch and like the knowledge about space and celestial bodies and stuff it predates, like the Book of Enoch predates when we actually found out about a lot of that stuff, apparently, according to this website. Uh, Noah's Ark was
I think they thought 6,000 years when really it was like 13,000.
yeah. Um, the book described Noah's Ark as being longer than a football field, like a huge ship, almost 100 feet wide and taller than a 5-story building. That's like insanely big.
The way they get like describe, like, and I went to the scripture where I was like, damn, that sounds like a fucking spaceship. It was a disc.
Okay,
Wasn't a boat at all.
This is kind of getting interesting now. Evidence points. Apparently, there's evidence of a mega-scale global flood over North Africa, consistent with other documented flooding events around the world. I mean, I don't. None of this is like. There's no sources on any of this, so I don't know if any of this is true or not.
It's pretty accurate so far.
I'm just reading it. Apparently, the ark came to rest on one of the mountains of Ararat. Ararat, indicating the mountains must be found in the eastern part of Turkey. This is the part that I thought was interesting. Ground-penetrating radar and 3D scans confirmed the dimensions of an object the size of the biblical ark under the ground in there somewhere.
That's where I get conflicted.
Yeah, but I feel like if they discovered that, they would like why not dig that up and see what it is?
You know what I'm saying? Preserve it where it is.
Yeah, like see what it is.
Make
like,
it a bigger
see
deal,
what it is. If there's
make a bigger deal of it. And
yeah,
I've seen that footage
that actually
too.
makes me kind of not believe it.
Right. That's what I'm like.
Because if they found an object that was motherfucking 100 yards long, 100 feet wide, and taller than a 5-story building, so that's 500 feet tall. If they found an object like that and they're
made
like,
of
what is that?
Wood?
Yeah, like they would dig that up and be like, let's find this. So I'm not buying this.
That's where I'm conflicted.
I'm not buying that one.
In two different sources, and then I go to the scripture, like I said, and then I'm like, damn, are they talking about a spaceship?
This was an AI thing, but this is kind of cool actually. So you tell it what YouTube video you want to watch, and it just gives you like, this is what the video talks about.
Oh shit.
It just writes up what the video talks about for you. That's actually kind of sick.
Huh.
AI is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is, boy. You gotta get in where you fit in.
I'm sitting here like, this is kind of confusing, but it's just like just bullet points of the video. So yeah, I'm not buying the.
Yeah, that's right.
Like I don't think the ark happened.
I don't either. Like I said, and then knowing, like you said, a lot of the nothing's new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my mom and them used to say that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Why doesn't that apply to everything? It can't just apply to a couple things. That has to apply to everything humanly involved on Earth right now, from technology to clothing. Ain't nothing new under the sun. So why would they have not had a fucking iPad 13,000 years ago? Maybe not an iPad.
I don't know.
Some form of technology.
Yeah.
Why
would they had whatever they had, man.
To move that many people at one time, and they even said, this is how Hitler escaped as well, in a disc-like ship, because they never found old boy's body, and he was sending his people all over the world to learn secret knowledge and magic and powers and shit. He sent his people everywhere to learn from everybody and bring that shit back to Germany, and they put it all in one fucking bowl, bro. And him being the dopehead that he was, high on whatever the fuck he was high on, I'm sure his imagination was fucking blown, and was trying to come up with all kinds of shit, creating super soldiers to fucking making deals with fucking aliens, bro. Hitler made it somewhere.
I thought for sure that them not finding Hitler's body was bullshit. Not that you were like bullshitting me or whatever, but like I thought for sure that was like just a fake thing that somebody made up.
Oh boy.
But they never. There's no evidence that any bodily remains of Hitler or Eva Braun, with the
her either. Yep.
With the exception of the dental remains, were found by the Soviets.
The rumor was that she even made it to America.
Yeah, there's no like.
So
Soviet troops were just like yes, somebody took the bodies and we don't know where they're at. Like nobody knows what happened to them.
Supposedly in this bunker, like they knew, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, dude, like they say, they joke like this dude disappeared up into the air, or he disappeared into the ground.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I did not.
something.
And that's weird. Not like this will have to be a different episode, but like bad people like that, like Hitler and stuff, like
Make a deal with the devil.
Well, but the Navy SEALs just dumped Osama bin Laden's body in the ocean.
And I don't claim to know everything about Islam,
You know?
but while I was in prison, I ran with the Muslim brothers, you know what I mean, until I found out that shit wasn't for me, and I never was taught or told about any burials in the ocean in the that had anything to do with water.
Yeah.
So that was weird to me. And I know I always go back to like movies and shit. And in the main movie I go back to is Demolition Man.
Oh, it was to
not create make him a martyr,
a place for
a
people
grave.
to go. Yeah.
Okay, I get that,
makes
but
sense.
fuck, ain't the dude that killed fucking JFK buried in a cemetery somewhere?
But also, it's like I don't know, just seems weird.
That was weird as fuck to me. So let's go back to Demolition Man in the beginning where they had all the.
I used to watch that on VHS.
So where they had all the criminals frozen and shit.
Yeah.
And we'll thaw one out when we need a villain.
Interesting.
Did they really kill Saddam? Did they really, a lot of these so-called bad guys, did they really fucking kill them? Cloning is not in the air anymore. We know that they're doing that shit. We don't know what scale.
Yeah.
We don't know if one's standing next to us, but like you can't tell us that y'all ain't doing that shit no more. You know what I mean? They're growing fingers and ears and shit. You know what I'm saying? So are these motherfuckers frozen somewhere for another time, another war, or another whatever the fuck?
Wesley Snipes was a shit in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
He was blonde in that one, wasn't he?
Yeah, blonde.
Yeah.
Man, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary, man.
Sandra Bullock too.
Sandra Bullock in that motherfucker, man.
They're like VR sex glasses.
Can't touch and shit. We
Yeah.
damn near. I mean, did we not just live through that? What, a couple years ago? You damn near couldn't sleep in the same room with your wife if you was fucking contaminated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, dog. California wants to get rid of fucking gas-powered cars by what, 2025, 2030, I think
Something
I said?
Like I mean, not get rid of them, just you can't make more of them.
Can't make more of them.
So then eventually all the gas wells will break
get
down.
Rid of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Anyway. I don't know if we'll see that shit, but
we gotta go. Watch Demolition Man if you haven't seen that movie.
Demolition Man.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's gonna freak you out.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna do the work for you. I'm gonna let you know what that's on. You ever use justwatch.com?
No.
You type in what you want to watch, and it tells you if it's on Netflix or Hulu or HBO or whatever. Justwatch.com.
Fuck with that.
Yeah, so every time I want to see something, I just go to Just Watch, and it tells me where it's at. So Demolition Man, you can't stream it anywhere.
Nowhere?
You can rent it on YouTube for $2.99.
Check $2.99. It's worth it.
It's worth $2.99 for sure.
I'm telling you, it's worth it.
Wesley Snipes is good.
You're gonna be freaked out by how a lot of this shit, probably half of this movie, is coming to fruition. Simon Phoenix, hell of a name,
so
man.
90s, dude. Simon Phoenix. Well, I will leave after that. I'm gonna read you the synopsis, and we'll leave after this. I'm gonna convince you to watch Demolition Man. Simon Phoenix, a violent criminal cryogenically frozen in 1996, escapes during a parole hearing in 2032. That's not that far away. Fuck.
Damn.
2032 in the utopia of San Angeles.
San Angeles.
This is what people thought the future was going to be like in 1996. San Angeles. Police are incapable of dealing with his violent ways and turn to his captor. Oh, so I forgot that he was frozen too.
Yeah, the cop. Yeah, so he was like a rogue, fucked up cop. Yeah. That's right. They had to unthaw his ass too. Okay.
Simon Phoenix got unfrozen, and then they were like, we're going to unfreeze the guy that caught him the first time. And then they unfroze Sylvester Stallone. Oh, yeah, he was cryogenically frozen after being wrongfully accused of killing 30 innocent people while apprehending Phoenix. So he got frozen as a criminal too.
Okay.
But they're
high speed chase. They're like some people.
Yeah. Well, they're like,
I didn't know that backstory.
They're like, well, this is the guy that caught him. So
I don't think they ever told that backstory in the movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, we should watch it again.
Damn, I'm gonna have
Watch
to.
it again. It's been a long time. I used to watch that. My grandma had this wall of VHSs at her house. They were all alphabetized.
That's probably the last. I don't even know if it made it to DVD.
I mean, probably not.
96. Yeah.
And I would go Demolition Man. Every time I was over there, I'd watch Demolition Man.
Great
Dude,
fucking movie.
I'm gonna watch that again.
Where if you cuss in public, if you say a bad word in public, you get fined right there. And
dude,
shit.
I'm gonna watch that again. That fucking movie. We'll talk about. We'll make this like book club. Let's watch Demolition Man and we'll talk about it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take some notes about like whatever I think is funny or weird or whatever.
I'm with
and then we'll talk.
Fucking Taco Bell in the movie was like the #1 restaurant in the world, and as a plant-based eater, like if we can't find a restaurant like that'll suit us, Taco Bell will save our fucking life every time, bro. Just take off the meat and the cheese. Crazy. I'm like, oh shit, this shit is crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, watch Demolition Man. We're gonna watch Demolition Man too. We'll talk about it next week. We'll do a little movie review for you next week. Tell your friends about us. That's the most important thing you can do. You can also check us out on social media. Just look us up, Always Chillin' Podcast. You can send us an email, alwayschillinpodcast@gmail.com. I check that honestly once a month. Nobody really emails. But if you want to email, you want us to talk about something.
I don't think I've ever sent an email successfully.
Yeah, nobody really emails anymore. The best way to get a hold of us is just messaging the page on Instagram and shit. Damon will probably hit you back. Comment on stuff. If you want us to talk about something, comment it on the video. We can talk about that. Like the video. Subscribe, do whatever you do on your app. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you guys watch Demolition Man.
Great fucking movie.
And I hope you guys are staying cool. Bye-bye.